Everyone out there is looking for pitching. I'm looking for pitching. You guys are looking for pitching. If you run a real Major League Baseball team, you're looking for pitching. If you run a fantasy baseball team, you're looking for pitching. If you run a Little League team, you're looking for pitching too. So in this video, I'm going to walk you guys through my process about just how I like to find underrated pitches, next level breakout guys who are just undervalued in general. Quickly before we get going, guys, if you don't want to miss any baseball content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, drop the video a like, sound off in the comments, and special thanks to Prize Picks, as always, for sponsoring today's video. But all right, now we're going to take a ride over to the greatest website on earth, Fangraphs. Always shout out to Fangraphs. We're going to go to the leaderboard right now. And again, going to kind of walk you guys through my process with this beautiful little screen share of how I just kind of like to shift through and find, again, breakout pitchers. So I'm on the pitching leaderboard right now. I'm going to lower the innings pitch threshold to be very low, kind of shockingly low, but I'm going to talk through why that is. Right, I'm going to do 10 innings. I'm going to make sure I also have that split set out to as a starting pitcher, so I make sure I don't grab any relievers in this as well. And then I'm going to go right to the advanced tab, and I'm going to very simply sort on the season by strikeout minus walk rate. It definitely can be a little bit reductive, but I think the place I always like to start is just strikeout minus walk rate to see which pitchers are striking a lot of hitters out, not walking very many, and see if I can find good results in a leaderboard like this. And when I'm scrolling through this strikeout minus walk leaderboard, instantly where I'm looking to find underrated guys or guys who could break out is to the ERA tab. Because I still think a lot of people are using ERA as a big piece of their fantasy baseball analysis or just baseball analysis in general. That's kind of a way that we, as most of the rest of the community, can hopefully get an edge. Again, we'll get more advanced as we move deeper into this video, but quickly, initial scroll on this right now. I see Dean Kramer, Nick Pivetta, both injured. Logan Henderson just went on to the injured list. Matthew Boyd on the injured list, hopefully coming back soon. Keep scrolling down a little bit. I guess right now, Nolan McLean certainly could be an undervalued guy in a lot of your leagues. There is a bit of an injury scare going on with Nolan McLean right now. Nothing that's actually proven or that's happening, but his velocity's trended down a tad. Some of the movement on his pitches has changed a little bit. His spin rate is down a touch as well right now in a lot of different pitches. So again, maybe he's undervalued, but sometimes you get into a little bit of a precarious situation there when it comes down to injury stuff. Reed Detmers, Jesus Luzardo, these two seem just so unbelievably obvious as guys who are probably undervalued right now. Guys who are probably going to perform like some top 30 guys kind of at the floor the rest of the year. Maybe Luzardo more like a top 20 guy. Detmers more like a top 30 guy, 40 guy. But I think those two are legitimate targets right now, like kind of obviously. Maybe Detmers less obvious if you're looking for a breakout pitcher. But I guess why not? Let's go a little deeper into Detmers right now. Let's take a trip over to Baseball Savant, see what the stuff looks like lately. You guys see me looking at Gauge Jump right now. I'm starting to get the waiver wire video ready for the weekend. But Detmers is coming off a sensational start. I think that was his last start when he had that 11 strikeout masterpiece that kind of has everyone all the way back in. 14 strikeouts. That was 14 strikeouts in 8 innings. I love Reed Detmers. This is the Reed Detmers experience right here. 5 2/3, 8 runs, coming off a one-hitter with 14 strikeouts right after that. Again, I've been kind of singing this guy's praises all season. I think it's great. I want to see how the changeup has looked, though, recently in his last few starts. So to see how the changeup has looked in Reed Detmers' last few starts, again, very different kind of video, going through the process to try and find any kind of breakout undervalued pitchers. I'm going to shift the all seasons here to just this season, and I want to look at his pitch percentages by game, and I want to change that just to right-handed batters so I can see how much Reed Detmers using his changeup against right-handed batters. And interesting, that start, it was not that many changeups against the righties. It was much more of the fastballs and many, many more of the sliders compared to recently. Less changeups, fewer changeups. Interesting. Let me go back to that game a second. Let's check out the breakdown of actually what happened in that game. How Detmers was deploying that slider, the kind of counts he was using it in. This is just fun. Process stuff, guys. This is great. This is good fun. I'm happy you guys here do this with me. Because this is what I do by myself all the damn time. So scrolling over here to Detmers, again, fastballs and sliders against the righties, all righties against him. Let's see. Movement not particularly different on those pitches. A little more horizontal movement in that slider. That possibly could have helped it. Velo not super different on it, though, so basically still the same pitch. First pitch strikes enough, but not a ton. Slider came more prevalent as he got around the lineup a second, third time. Changeup came around for the third time through. I like to see that. I still like to see it force the 2 whiffs. Where's the firmness on that changeup? Where's the velo? Good velo on that changeup. I have seen a little bit sometimes this year with Detmers that changeup velo has gone up in the starts where he's performed better. But again, didn't even really use him that much here. Let's check out where these pitches were. Probably just really good command game for Reed Detmers if I had to guess just based on this. And it definitely looks like that. Wow, Reed Detmers. Whew, look at these sliders right here, guys. Damn, this is incredible. Let's see where the whiffs were. Let's see what the whiffs on these sliders were. Pitch result, all whiffs. Damn. Oh, that's gross right there. For Reed Detmers to be getting swings and misses on some of these pitches right here. Oh, accidental zoom. Sorry, guys. Wow, to get the whiffs on these pitches, that's nasty. So again, in your guys' fantasy leagues, there probably is a lot of 10-team leagues right now where Reed Detmers has wound up out there in the waiver wire. He's definitely a guy to go after. Emmett Sheehan is another guy who pops on this list. I've been so hot and cold on Emmett Sheehan this entire season, mostly because sometimes he's looked really good, sometimes he's looked really bad. Now, again, another trip over to Baseball Savant to get some more start-by-start data on Emmett Sheehan, because the big thing we've been waiting for to see with Emmett Sheehan this entire season is if you can just get that fastball velocity back to where it was for most of last year. And where it was last year was more so around 96 or 97 miles per hour. Where it's been so far this year is around 94 miles per hour. Again, last year right here, 95 and a half. So more 95s, 96s, but still, point stands. Even if he's pitching a little deeper into games, still not the same. So I want to look at him just this year. I want to look at game. I don't care about handedness now because we're just looking at velocity. And I just want to see his pitch velocity through these last few starts. And Emmett Sheehan is kind of peaked back near 95, 93 and a half. All right, we're seeing Emmett Sheehan get closer and closer to that 95. Maybe I am ready to buy Emmett Sheehan low right now. I don't even know if it is that low anymore because he has been pitching much better, but Emmett Sheehan is another guy. Really good buy for the second half at this moment. This should be on infinity all the time. Whoever wants to look at just 30 pitchers at a time? Give me the whole league. That's boring. Ooh, also forgot another big thing we can do on Fangraphs. You want to go over here to the splits? Live stats full season. So you still catch everything that happened today. I am recording this video about 2 o'clock in the morning. I've been traveling a lot. Have to get a certain amount of videos done by the end of the month. So I am squeezing a lot of things into every single day so I can make sure I can get done all the content I want to get done before I go traveling again for so many friends' weddings, because that's all the thing happening in my life right now. But let's see, I want to grab today, see if anything significantly has changed up here. I mean, Christopher Sanchez, this guy's so freaking good. But scrolling down, keep looking at this ERA tab, especially see if we can get some undervalued guys. Crochet, I mean, of course, that's an easy one. Once we get below 20% strikeout minus walk rate, though, this is a situation now where I'm not really that super keen on these guys. Maybe things can change. Bryce Miller's a guy. The role is weird right now, but I'd definitely be trying to get him on my teams. Cade Cavalli's a fun one. I am pretty impressed with the Cade Cavalli getting that walk rate down. I want to do a little Cade Cavalli scroll here really quickly now, too. Let's see if Cade Cavalli is getting more swings and misses on any of his other pitches. This one, I'm not going to go game by game. I'm going to go month by month. So 2026 season by month, and I want to see swing and miss rate for Cade Cavalli on all of his pitches. Then I'm going to start splitting out by the handedness. So where is it? Swing and miss rate. That's whiff rate right there. So Cade Cavalli, month by month, not many more swings and misses on anything. So, okay, that's one maybe I'm still not really jumping all the way on. I still like Cade Cavalli. I still objectively end in on Cade Cavalli. But they're actually this. There's a little hint right there. Sweeper, whiff rate. God, that's not really that much anyway. That's just kind of fun with graphs right there. That was kind of misleading. But even just a little bit more whiff on that sweeper could be a very big deal for Cade Cavalli. So that's something we're just more so keeping an eye on as the summer months continue to roll along. And now, end of the scroll right here. I mean, Aaron Nola, don't make me go back in. Mackenzie Gore, I really can't. I can't. It's just too much, man. It's way too much. Joe Boyle, I think Joe Boyle's still hurt. I'm sure he's coming back soon. Joe Boyle will be on a waiver video when he does come back. He's a guy who I'd love for the second half right now, honestly. Truthfully, Joe Boyle may be the one that we take from this video because let's see. We got to go to the trusty, beautiful Roto World right here. Oh, we shout out Roto World. Best player news page on the internet, partially updated by yours truly. Let's see where the update is on Joe Boyle's injury. Joe Boyle off the IL, sent to AAA. Damn. All right, well, we've seen Steven Matz struggle. We know Nick Martinez is coming back to earth some point soon. So maybe Joe Boyle, when he gets that next look at the major leagues, he could be a big guy to pull from this. Now let's get away from strikeout minus walk rate and let's go to what's objectively a superior stat, Sierra. And again, similar concept here right now. We're going to go through Sierra. We're going to see who has the high ERAs, and we're going to use that to pull on guys we think could be undervalued or guys who are next to break out. So again, immediately jumping off the page here, Trevor McDonald. All right, Trevor McDonald. I don't think I was super familiar with game. I haven't dove too deeply on Trevor McDonald yet this year, mostly because I saw just a very, very tight repertoire of just sinkers and sliders right when he came up. So maybe I do want to see. Yeah, that's just sinkers and sliders. I guess he is mixing in some changeups. 24% of those against the lefties. That is enough to be pretty meaningful. We're not walking anybody. We're getting so many ground balls. That's another thing with these kind of breakout pitchers, trying to find unheralded, underrated guys. We love seeing a ground ball rate that extends over 60%. 50% ground ball rate is great. And again, Trevor McDonald right now, it's not really a big sample. So anything that happens batted ball-wise with Trevor McDonald, because there only been 65 batted balls against him, that's when the sample starts to get a little bit serious. But at the same time, seeing 60% ground balls gets it to a very different stratosphere of meaningfulness than when you see that number anywhere below it. So I see 60% ground balls. I see at least around a league average strikeout rate, and exactly a league average strikeout rate. Shout out you, Trevor McDonald, for that. And let's see if how he's deploying these things. Again, we're seeing the way that it's coming against the righties. I want to see where the changeup's down here. 1.7. What? Lefties. I don't know why I thought Trevor McDonald was a lefty. Sometimes I get my lefties and righties confused. I don't know. Maybe it's a weird form of dyslexia, but 24% of those against the lefties. That changeup's a 43% whiff rate. Wow. Okay, hold on a second. Let's get a little deeper in Trevor McDonald here. Let me check out his stuff pluses a little bit. Again, always staying on Fangraphs. Greatest website in the world. We love Fangraphs so much. Pay for Fangraphs membership. Get rid of the ads. Support the greatest baseball site that's ever existed here. We're seeing Trevor McDonald. We have more velocity this year. That's a pretty good sign. But less velocity on the slider. Looks like maybe the slider and this cutter has been submerging. No? Okay, so here it is. There was a curveball. Slider, curveball, slider. Slightly different each of the last 2 years. Quickly, just want to see, even though Stuff Plus isn't really that good for changeups anyway. I mean, they like his command. They love the sinker. Let's see back Trevor McDonald where the difference in this pitch movement is on this slider each of the last 2 years. I love on Baseball Savant that you could sort by pitch type on this pitch movement chart right here. So I could just stack and just see the difference in the slider year over year. And we're seeing 3 over 3 added inches of glove side movement. Whew, baby, Trevor McDonald. Where was that arm angle last year? Interesting. Way lower, so we're getting more horizontal movement with lower arm angle. That makes some sense. Let's look at some videos. Guys. There's a 2026 slider, and here is a 2025 slider. Trevor McDonald right here, 2025. Take a quick peek. What do you got, Trev? Nice drop on that one. Let's look at the one this year. It's a Nick Kurtz one. It went to a lefty. Let's see how he's doing that. Anything new? A lot more loop on that one. Sometimes with these game videos, camera angles, it's weird. Hard to see unless we watch a lot of video. Not going to watch a lot of video right now, but I'm liking Trevor McDonald more than I thought I was at the beginning of this exercise. I think he's someone who might be the thumbnail guy in this one. I'm pretty excited about Trevor McDonald right now, especially while he still has that. Where is it? Where'd Trevor McDonald go? I lost Trevor McDonald. Still has a 4.3 ERA. The Giants don't have a lot of good publicity right now. The BABIP against him isn't really super high or low either. The left on base rate's actually quite low, using some old school analytics. I'm very into Trevor McDonald at the moment right now. Davis Martin's looking great still as he's widened that repertoire. Love Kyle Harrison. Ryan Weathers is awesome. There's back to the usual suspects here. Reed Detmers and Emmett Sheehan. Shout out Peyton Tolley. He's a legend. Landon Rupp's a legend. Will Warren. I still can't get myself super in on Will Warren, but I guess he has looked good. Zebby Matthews. I will not let you hurt me again. Casey Mize. Gilbert. I've liked Logan Gilbert as a buy low for the last month. I think the door's probably closed on that. Same with Soroka. He's gotten that ERA all the way down to 3.2, even after that crazy 10-run, 8-run blow-up, whatever that was. I think that's the nice run-through here on Sierra. Now, I think the last thing I want to do is go straight to the Stuff Plus leaderboard right here on Baseball Savant. And something I like to do with this, again, I might even put the innings pitched down to 5 right now, just to be really crazy. I want to see it as a starter, so I'm even catching an opener here in Grant Taylor. I just want to see guys that have multiple plus pitches, and I'm going to cross-examine that with how often they're throwing them Baseball Savant, just to see if we can find any just demons, anything freaky out here. Robert Gasser, that might be one of them. Gasser, I always screw that one up. I think it's Robert Gasser. Robert Gasser, I think, came back off the injured list just a few days ago, if I'm not mistaken. And let's see who we had to start against. Brewers fans right now in the comments, yell at me because I should know this. Robert Gasser just came off the injured list. He just had to start against the Dodgers and the Twins. Good reason to have a high ERA when you're pitching against the Dodgers. Hasn't gone past 4 1/3 either of his 2 starts. I like the stuff on Gasser before he got hurt. Famously a member of the Josh Hader trade. And of course, he has the Brewers cutter right here. This is just the Brewers teach to every single guy. That's how Tobias Myers, then Quinn Priester, and now even Shane Rowan, who actually probably should be a big guy on this list, but he's pitching in relief, so we're going to wait for the role to change right now. That's how they keep making these guys really successful. So I still have belief in Brandon Sproat. But from this low arm angle, how much has arm angle changed since the injury here? 24, basically the same. We're getting nice lift on the sweeper, though, with the cutter to bridge that with the fastball. Against righties, we're seeing an incredibly even pitch mix here, where you're mixing 5 things very, very regularly. And then against the lefties, lots of sinkers and sweepers, of course, with the cutters as the bridge. This is such a beautiful Brewers pitch plot right here. I can't even believe it, Gasser. And then coming around here, back to the Baseball Savant page. Back to the Stuff Plus page, we're seeing a plus fastball, slightly small sample, probably airing it out a little bit more than he would with a plus slider. Doesn't really like the cutter, but we like him just having the cutter. And right now I'm seeing Gasser with a very low location plus. But I'm pretty sure he was a guy that always had good command as he was coming up through the minor leagues. So I think I would really be okay to ignore good location plus at that point. Yeah, he always had very low walk rates, and low walk rates don't always correlate to good command because it's very easy not to walk guys in the minor league if you have really good stuff. And we did see that like walk rate go up a bit as Gasser went into the upper minors. But we do also like to target guys in exercises like this who haven't really showed the best command because stuff is a little bit stickier. Stuff is more eternal, where command can easily go in and out with things like a ticky-tacky injury, a bad mound in a game, weather, preparation, like your bowels. Like a lot of things can affect the guy's command on a day-to-day basis, start-by-start basis, where stuff is stuff. So seeing a guy like Gasser, who's got that real stuff, who has not great results so far, especially pitching against the Dodgers in one of his 2 outings, coming off major surgery, he's another big guy I'm circling right now. So the 2 guys I'm circling right now, as I'm keeping a very close eye on as we get to the rest of the season, Trevor McDonald, Robert Gasser. With, again, some of the more obvious ones like Emmett Sheehan and Nolan McLean. I talked about somebody else at the beginning. I can't even remember right now. I'm just, again, 2:22 in the morning right now, guys. We're playing through. Let's try to find one more gem using Stuff Plus here. Again, I'm being a little bit partial to fastballs right now, but I guess we'll go off the fastballs in a little bit after a quick little scroll. I mean, Ryan Nelson, for me, is always the eternally underrated pitcher. Now the fact that especially he's built up the slider and the curveball in this repertoire to become legit pieces with the fastball, it's been just such an elite weapon for the last few years. I think he's a guy who just really, to me, a borderline top 35 pitcher in baseball, but an ugly ERA has people forgetting about that. Jack Leither, man, you really enraged me, Jack Leither. Let's get around here. Let's look at sinkers right now. Let's see who's got the nice sinker at this moment, because I do want to see Walbert Urena. He's a fun one. He was big list last week. Yeah, I think he was big list last week. Walbert Urena's got good stuff. JT Ginn, I know he got bombed right after I put him in the video, but I still do like what he has objectively. Anthony K has been hot. This is an interesting one. Maybe this is the last one we dive deep into for this video. And again, if you guys like when I make content like this kind of feels more streamy, but I do want to find new wrinkles, new ways to make videos. The fantasy baseball interest just falls off a cliff around this time of year, a little later than this, but I'm still trying to get ahead of it, trying to find new things to do, new exciting stuff. Let me know if you like stuff like this, because I want to try and experiment, do fun things with this channel. But Anthony K right now showing plus stuff plus on a sinker, a cutter, a slider, and a changeup. Really interesting there in the slider. You do want to have around 110 stuff plus to be above average on that, because usually on stuff plus 100 is average, but sliders are just better in that. I've heard Sayers talk about that, so I'm just basically regurgitating what he said about his model. So right there, 110. Let's look at what Anthony K is doing. Former Met, always got to love the former Mets finding success elsewhere. Anthony K, I think in the game log, too, he's just been good for his last couple of starts. So looking at it, yeah, really good for his last couple of starts. We've seen him complete 6 innings 2 out of 3 times. Still not getting the strikeouts, though. So again, that's why he didn't pop on the last Sierra or the strikeout minus walk rate data that we did. But I'm seeing a nice sinker, plus drop on that, really plus drop on that changeup. Cutter looks kind of okay. Sweeper's really moving on him, but he kind of gets a little dead zone-y, it seems like, based on where his arm angle is. But the fastball's good enough there as it can be a wrinkle against the right-handed batters. And the changeup is good enough with the cutter, I guess, to get them out as well. And sinkers and sweepers to lefties, of course. This is probably someone who in a deeper league will create some level of intrigue. Also, wow, I didn't realize Anthony K had 95 from the left side. I don't think Anthony K used to have 95 from the left side. Did Anthony K always have 95 from the left side? What was he throwing? 93.5 back in 2020, 2021? 94.5, yeah. I guess Anthony K has 95 from the left side. So right there, I'm seeing Anthony K. Let's see if there's been any pitch mix changes these last few starts that have helped spurn some of this success. Just see Anthony K. I always want to look at what pitchers are doing against hitters' opposite-handedness. Oh, Reed Detmers. That's what I talked about at the top. Reed Detmers. Easy buy right now across the board. But what Anthony K is doing against the righties, no significant changes. Weird fastball spike here. I guess that may have been a short outing. But sweeper against the righties. Now, last start, that was successful. Interesting one right there. Working the tight slider as well. But again, just seeing a guy mix a lot of these pitches up, not letting hitters get comfortable when a few of them do flash plus, especially this changeup looks like it is the thing for Anthony K. And the Stuff Plus model does like changeups that drop a lot. I also like changeups that drop a lot, so that's a good thing here. Let me just see. I don't want to see game anymore. I want to see season. Is that changeup missing bats against the righties? It's missing some bats against the righties. It's not missing bats like a truly elite bat missing pitch we wanted to, but it's missing in good amounts. Again, Anthony K probably still is way off the 12-team line, but deep leagues, deep dynasty leagues, I would definitely be taking a shot at Anthony K. But I think I'm going to take my light going out for a brief second right there as just a good spot to end this video. So again, if you guys like this kind of stuff, please let me know in the comments. If you like, maybe I should just clean it up a little bit. This is just me doing a 20-minute app session, putting a screen recording on the YouTube channel, seeing what it was. But I honestly had fun doing this. This is what I like to do all the time by myself. This is how I begin my prep for all the videos I make for you guys anyway. So again, if you'd like to see how the sausage gets made, let me know. Thank you so much. See you next time.